Hi guys, it's 8 o'clock. My name is Amanda Mancini and I'm on live tonight because I'm going to be talking to you about essential oils for healthy skin. So we're just going to wait a minute for everyone to jump on. For those of you that are on already, I just want to show you my diffuser tonight. I have in here a blend for focus and to be kind of in tune. So I have something called Citrus Bliss, which is a bunch of different citrus oils, and I have peppermint. So if you guys have that blend, it's a great one for the diffuser when you're trying to focus and get, be able to concentrate. So I see a couple people jumping on now, so I'm just gonna get started right away. So I'm gonna just get right into it. My name is Amanda Mancini, and I just wanted to welcome you tonight. I am the founder of Pure Fit Women, which is an online fitness and wellness company for women. I'm also a personal trainer, and I'm a mom of 13-year-old twins. So I basically, what I do with my online fitness training company is I help people get healthy, and I help people live a healthier and better life in general. So I try to help people make positive changes, and so for tonight, I'm going to be focusing on essential oils for the skin. So first I wanted to just say I want to thank you for your time. I'm going to be respectful of your time and make sure that I'm looking at the clock that we're all done by 8:30. I want to get everything in that I can, and if you guys have questions, you feel free to post them during this video, and if you have questions later on, you can still post on here and I'll be able to answer your questions either during or after. So I see some people on, I see Cheryl and Amy, and it's nice to see you guys, and Hope, it's nice to see you too. And so I want to make a medical disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. Any of the information I provide for you here is just informational purposes that I did from my research, and if you have any specific medical conditions going on, make sure that you discuss them with your doctor before you start making any changes to your routines or anything with your skin. So I'm going to be referring to my notes, so forgive me for looking down, but I want to make sure I don't miss anything. And so I wanted to just explain why I started to look into this. I have very sensitive skin, and I've always had issues with my skin as far as like an eczema, rashes, irritants, and I started to look into different things that wouldn't irritate my skin, and slowly but surely I realized that we have a lot of things in our personal care products today that are really toxic and really terrible for your body, your everything, your immune system, and they affect a lot of things. So when people are suffering from things like skin problems, obviously, but other things, it could be reproductive problems, fertility issues, a lot of hormone disruptions, they can be very related to what we put on our skin. So I researched this obviously over the last couple of years, and I found out that 60% of what you put on your skin is absorbed into your body. So it's similar to like what you're eating. I mean, if you're putting bad foods in your body, it's the same thing. If you're putting things on your skin and you don't even think about the toxic chemicals in there, it's just as bad as eating them. And I think about this when we use shampoos and soaps every day, and especially for our children. So also kids are at a higher risk of toxicity than adults are. So it's even worse for the children to have, those soaps in the bathroom that are pretty and they might contain all sorts of chemicals. And I think about if you have daughters, at least, I do, my daughter is 13, that Bath and Body Works place in the mall, it drives me insane because pretty much everything in there is toxic, and they're marketing it to all these young girls. Everything looks pretty, everything smells good, but turn over the back of the bottle and you'll want to throw it right in the garbage. So it's kind of sad that we have to look for things like this, but unfortunately the FDA doesn't keep up with protecting us. So you can't rely on thinking that because it's on a shelf that it's safe for you, because it's not. And people are learning that the hard way, unfortunately. So I'm going to go over a couple of statistics for you guys, just to give you an idea of what I've been reading. So here are some of the health issues linked to toxic chemicals in the body. We have skin allergies, cancer, infertility, birth defects, reproductive problems, learning disabilities, and these are just some of few that I was able to find. Products such as sunscreens, deodorants, soaps, hand sanitizers, lotions, anything along those lines are rated a 10 out of 10 on a potential toxicity scale, which is actually higher than smoking. So if you think about that, that just blows my mind. Anything that says artificial fragrances, which are found in 90% of our products, they can include any of the 3,000 synthetic chemicals, including potential hormone disruptors, neurotoxins, and phthalates. So 90% of the products that are on the shelves, that's what I meant to say, contain these synthetic chemicals that are bad for your body. 81% of body care products marked gentle or hypoallergenic contain ingredients proven to irritate the skin, eyes, and allergies. So even though it says hypoallergenic, that doesn't mean that's okay. And I've been to dermatologists that tell you to wash your face with Cetaphil, and all those things have all these substances in them. So it just makes me crazy to think that, just because we don't know about these things, that we're going to be suffering for them. Also, another thing, more than 500 products sold in the U.S. contain ingredients that are banned in Japan, Canada, and Europe. And 22% of personal care products may be contaminated with a cancer-causing impurity called, I don't know how to say it, but it's 1-4-dioxane. So it's supposedly a cancer-causing agent, and it's in a lot of products that are on our shelves today. So unfortunately, there's no labeling requirements for some of the products that contain these things. So things like perfumes, you buy, again, Bath and Body, you go into, Nordstrom's and all these places, and you buy perfumes and what have you, they have these things in it. And I looked at something here, just to give you an example. This is a face cream I bought from Kiehl's. I'm no longer using this cream. There is no ingredients that I could see in here that share what is in the product. And just a personal experience the other day, which gets me more angry when I think about it. They market them as being like natural, and we're all victims of that. So I bought a lip gloss, and I told everybody that's probably on this right now, I told everybody about it because it bothered me so much, but I bought a lip gloss from Kiehl's that was on the counter that day, a couple weeks ago, and I put it on before I left the department store, and when I got home, I didn't realize what was going on, but I got a very bad tingling in my mouth, and when I looked in the mirror, I had a huge hive on my lip, and then my whole face started swelling up. And it was from the lip gloss. Apparently there was something in it that I was allergic to, but it just shows you that these things contain, products in them that we shouldn't be having or we shouldn't be using. So I'm not using this anymore. Honestly, this cost like about I think it was like $90 or $85. So what a waste of money, and I'll never do that again. So okay, so I'm gonna go over couple of things that I read that I just want to touch on quickly, because I have this brochure that I got because I do a lot of research, like I said, and it's called Toxin Awareness. So I don't know if anybody else has this, but I had a friend that was nice enough to share this with me. Aside from all the cancer-causing problems and everything else I just mentioned, what I didn't know was a lot of these products can cause things like fatigue, memory loss, personality changes, headaches, sleep disturbances, and a whole host of other things. So I remember also, I don't know if you remember this, but I remember the name of the perfume because it used to do this to me. It was called Design. I don't know if you remember this from, I guess I was in high school maybe. And as soon as I smelled that, I would get a headache right away. It made me nauseous. Anybody that was wearing this, and I'm not a sensitive person to smells, but for something that was in that perfume that just made me ill. I don't know if anyone else feels that way. Feel free to comment if you do. Oh, thank you about my hair. I washed it, Sandra, since you saw me today. Okay, so another thing I want to mention that this made me sick too. It says many lubricants, cosmetics, waxes, and soaps are also made with animal renderings. So when an animal dies, whether it's a cow ravaged by disease, the remains after it is slaughtered or euthanized is sent to a rendering plant to be disposed of. And there they take the bones, the blood, hooves, horns, heads, intestines, and all, dumped into huge grinders, mixed together, and steam cooked, and then they use that fatty substance that floats to the top, and it's used to make many household and cosmetic products. So that is really disgusting. Another thing I want to mention to you quickly is make sure that you steer clear of some certain things that, if you look at the back of any products that you're not sure about, if it has anything like mineral oil in it, petroleum, artificial dyes, artificial colors, or artificial fragrances, you don't want to have this in your, bathroom anymore, in your cabinets. And it's in pretty much a lot of things, including baby products, so you might want to get that out of your house as well. There's alternatives for everything. I mean, at one time, I didn't know how I would, function without Vaseline. I mean, I used it for everything. What I didn't know was that it was toxic, and you can use different things like beeswax and coconut oil will do the same exact thing. So I'm going to be sharing some recipes after this is over, and I'll fill you in on that. Okay, another couple things I want to mention. I found this. It's called, I can share this with you. I'm going to post it. It says, what toxic chemicals is your body absorbing? So look at your products. Benzoyl peroxide, which is an acne medication over the counter, and that one is a bad one. It's a possible tumor promoter, and it's toxic by inhalation. So I was putting this on my daughter with her acne. First of all, there was no improvement whatsoever, and secondly, it's poison, obviously. So we started using a blend of different essential oils that I can share with you. And she won't let me post her face because she gets embarrassed, but I can individually message you her before and after, which is unbelievably improved. And this was from natural products. The doctor and everything they recommended with the antibiotic lotions and staying out of the sun because the lotion was going to cause irritation to her. None of that stuff worked for us anyway. Okay, another thing, anything that has DEA, MEA, and TEA can cause a dermatitis. Dioxins, any kind of FD&C color and pigment, so anything with any kind of coloring in them. Parabens, so if you see anything propylene glycol, this one I have to mention to you, that's in your toothpaste. So if you have, I got rid of all my typical toothpaste, but if you look at the back, you'll see something in here called propylene glycol. That's the main ingredient in antifreeze. It is it's poisonous. The mere fact that they put it in your mouth and you have to warn your children not to eat it is crazy to me. It doesn't make any sense at all. You can definitely get your teeth clean and fresh and your breath is fine if you use a natural toothpaste. So you could use Tom's, just switch immediately. It's a little different, but you'll get used to it. I use this by doTERRA actually, and I love it. I never expected to like it. I have this thing with teeth. You can ask my husband. I'm obsessed with brushing my teeth. I just love using, a fresh, clean mouth. And I'm very happy with this. So the whole family's using it. It's not toxic at all. It has essential oils. And you don't have to worry about that anymore. And I never really thought about it until I started looking into all these things. But, the dentist gives this to you. And when I asked my dentist what she uses, she actually told me she uses Tom's. So, and meanwhile, when you go in there, they give you a sample of this. And so it just blows my mind again. I know I keep saying that. All right, so anything with propylene glycol, which I know, any of these other parabens, they're in everything. I started throwing things out. I can't believe how much money I wasted, but it's in a lot of, the shampoos and everything else. Just start looking through your stuff. I threw out all my perfumes. I don't use those anymore. I'll show you what I use later. And anything with phthalates causes tons of kidney damage, liver damage. It's pretty much all carcinogenic. So it's in your deodorants. If you're using regular deodorant right now, I know that's a hard thing to switch from, but I have some recipes for you on that as well. Sunscreens, pretty much the worst thing you could put on your body. I don't really use sunscreen. I try to limit the amount of time in the sun, but if I'm going to be out for longer than an hour, then I'll try to use a natural brand. But I try to build up some kind of tolerance to the sun, and I don't personally believe that the sun is bad for you. I believe that all the other crap we put on our skin is bad for us, and I think it causes cancer. Sodium lauryl sulfate, sodium laureth sulfate, pretty much in all your shampoos and stuff. So I looked at what we had in the cabinets from a while ago, and if you think about that, your pores open up in the shower, and things seep into your skin. So now you're taking all these chemicals and washing your head, and what's right underneath your head but your brain. And that's really scary to me. I just threw everything out. All right, so there's more here. I'm going to post it. I don't want to keep going on and on, but as you can see, it's time to make a change, and the only thing that you can do is educate yourself, and that's what I'm going to help you with tonight. So if you have questions as we go, like I said, feel free to post them. You can ask after. If you think anyone on this video anyone that you know in your life would benefit from this, you can share this video with them, and I'd be happy to, help you guys get started with your oils. So, so basically that's why I started looking into essential oils, because I wanted to use more natural products. And then when I would go to the store, everything was so expensive. I'm like, I know I can make some of these things, and they're probably going to be better for us anyway. So that's kind of where I started with that. And so with the essential oils, there's no toxic chemicals in it. There's no side effects. There's nothing bad associated with them at all. You just have to make sure that you're using a quality brand. And that's why I chose doTERRA, was because I did my research, and I spoke with a friend of mine that filled me in on the reason why this company is in my opinion, the best you're going to find out there. And I've been able to replace so many things in my home since I started. So with doTERRA, and that's the company I'm speaking about tonight, all the oils are certified pure therapeutic grade. So what I want to bring out to you is, when I first started looking at oils, I had no idea what I was doing. I just kept reading about it, and I said, let me go to the store and pick them up. And this was before I met April, who's on here right now. Hi, April. And so I picked up this from Wegmans, and this is nothing that, I'm not saying anything bad about anything, but some of the key ways you could tell if your oil is not pure is if you look at the side, and if it tells you that you do not use for internal use, or do not ingest, or do not put undiluted on skin. A lot of times those types of oils are not pure. So with doTERRA, they are so rigorously tested at every stage of the process that the oil is certified to be pure, 100% pure, free of all toxins, contaminants, and fillers. So you can be sure that whatever you're using here is the real deal. So that kind of was why I felt comfortable putting this on my body. Also, you should know with essential oils that you only need a very small amount. So they're so cost effective. So when you start buying things out, and people say, well, the oils are expensive. Well, think about what you spend on your personal care products. And first of all, they're terrible for you, and you get what you pay for, I believe, in a lot of times. But also, this bottle contains 250 drops of oil, so you might only need 1 or 2 drops with your skincare a day. So that'll just say, think about how long that will last you. I mean, I bought this Kiehl's ridiculous lotion, and it cost me at least $85, and I don't even want to use it. So it's like I just threw my money in the garbage. So that's kind of why I use the oils, for that reason. And so now what I'm going to do is just give you a few tips just for good skin in general, and then I'm going to go through my top picks for the oils that I use in my home, and that I think you guys would benefit from, and for your kids as well. So first, you might want to have a pen and paper handy. I meant to mention that for the next part with the oils. But to have really good skin, first of all, your diet has to be on point. So if you're not eating properly, usually what's going on from your food will come out in your skin. So if you're eating a lot of sugar, excess processed foods, hi Julie, all foods that aren't healthy for you. If you're not hydrating enough, if you forget to drink water, you should be drinking half your body weight in water per day. So your body is comprised of about, I think, 50% water to 70%. So when you are dehydrated, everything's just gonna not look right. It's not gonna function properly. So the first thing I would recommend you do in the morning is drink a very tall glass of water. I put apple cider vinegar in that, and lemon. I feel like it detoxifies me. I don't know if there's any real truth to it, but I seem to like it, and I think it's good. So either way, just get hydrated in the morning with water. You need it in your body when you get up from sleeping all night. Secondly, exercise, which I hope most of you are doing. It helps with blood flow. It helps with circulation, and that's going to help your body just function better. And secondly, it helps you manage stress. So if you're a very stressed out person, then you're going to age quicker, because you're going to build up, all those free radicals are going to build up in your body, and they're going to age you. So managing stress is going to help your outside of your body look good as well as your inside. The next one, I hope I don't have to tell anyone that they shouldn't be smoking at this stage of the game, but if you are, and if you're still doing that, just know that you're destroying all the collagen in your body, basically, and you're going to age very quickly. It's going to basically kill the blood cells in your skin, and you're just gonna look old and horrible, and it's a horrible habit. So I hope nobody's smoking anymore. And then next is proper skincare. I mean, if you're going to bed with your makeup on and you're just not taking care of your skin, it's not going to look that great. I mean, I don't spend a lot of time on my skin, but I do make sure that you do your basics, and I'm going to show you a couple things that will be helpful to you. The next thing is, I know people say sun protection. Try to shade your body as much as you need to, but your body does require some sunlight. You need vitamin D, so you need about 20 minutes per day of sunlight exposure without any sunscreens on your body. So you should really think about that. And I know some people are doing things like Botox and things like that. I'm too afraid to do it. I think I have no desire to put a toxin in my body. I mean, I just read what it is and I'm afraid to use it. So I guess if you're using that, it's a personal decision, but maybe there are some things here that might help you, and maybe you don't have to go as often, or maybe you might rethink what you're doing, putting that in your body. I do think there's long-term effects to it, although a dermatologist might not tell you that, or a doctor, but again, when you see the state of people around us, I can count on both my hands the amount of people I've heard that have had cancer or have cancer now. It makes you wonder what's going on and if people are really being told the truth. So, any questions so far? Okay. All right, so I'm going to get started. So just so you know, the essential oils, they're multi-purpose. So that means that you can use them for your skin, but they're also used for so many other things. But tonight I'm just going to focus on what the essential oils do for your skin, because otherwise we'll be here all night. And so we're going to start. I'm just going in order here, so forgive me. Just so you know, essential oils will not clog your skin or cause breakouts. But I always say give yourself a little test patch just to make sure that you are not sensitive to anything. And some oils are best diluted on the skin. And when I say diluted, that means that you're going to be using a carrier oil, which means it could be coconut oil, avocado oil, olive oil. It could be any oil. But basically what that means is carrier oil carries the oil into your skin. And it just might help with skin sensitivity. So if you have a child that you're using oils on, you definitely want to dilute always. And if you are an adult, you may want to use them without an oil, or you may decide to use it with an oil. An oil will kind of slow how fast it goes into the body, basically. It depends which way you put it on. If you put it on after, I think it intensifies it. I'm not sure. April, maybe you can post on that. So I'm going to get started on my top picks. So the first one I'm going to go over is lavender. Again, this is always pretty much the number one for everything that I have in my home. And so this is an oil that soothes and calms your skin. So it supports healing and maintaining healthy tissue. It's antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, analgesic. It soothes and calms skin, and it's regenerative. So it's great for burns, sunburns, scars, cuts, wounds, and blisters. So if you have a blister from a bad shoe, put some lavender right on it, put the Band-Aid on, and it's going to go away real quick. If you have any kind of skin issue, you can dilute this with coconut oil in a roller or a spray bottle, and you can just keep it in your bathroom and pretty much use it for anything that kind of pops up. It's pretty much a universal oil. Okay, my second one that I really love is Melaleuca, which you might have heard before. It's called tea tree oil. I can't see if it's coming in there. Okay, well, it might be backwards. There you go, Melaleuca. And this is something that I think everyone should have in their bathroom, or house, I should say. It's an antiseptic, antibacterial, antifungal, antiparasitic, antiviral, analgesic. It's great for eczema, athlete's foot, cuts, wounds. You use it a lot of times with lavender. It's great for acne, pink eye, staph infections, MRSA, dandruff, lice, hives, and itchy eyes. So you can put it directly on your skin. My daughter, like I said, has an issue with acne. So a lot of times I do make her blends and things like that, but a lot of times I just leave these in the bathroom, and she'll just put lavender on to bring the inflammation down, and then put Melaleuca on, or maybe Melaleuca first and then the lavender. And any kind of toe fungus or any kind of skin issue, you'll want to use these two things. Okay. Next one I got here is geranium. So I love geranium. It's a regenerative oil. It's anti-allergenic. It's a detoxifier. It helps heal cuts and wounds, helps with dry and oily skin, and it's great as a moisturizer. Like you can put it in a moisturizer and for body odor, so it can be great for deodorants. So I'll just show you quickly. If you're using a natural deodorant, I buy this one, which I like also from doTERRA. I've been trying different ones. Honestly, this one's been my favorite so far. And what I do with it, you can put, if you're a person that sweats a lot, you could just take a drop of Melaleuca and put it right on top and then put it on your body. So that'll help with excess sweating. And then geranium also is going to help with any kind of body odor. So you could just put a drop of geranium on there and do the same thing. With this, you can use lavender. You can put anything you want on it. Be careful of citrus oils in the summertime with adding it to any products, because it can cause like a photosensitivity, which I'll talk about in a minute. Okay. Also, another thing you can do is you can take any kind of lotion that's free of fragrances, or any kind of, or just coconut oil, and you can add lavender to it, you could add geranium to it, and just put it on your skin as opposed to buying a scented lotion. So that's a great way to like switch off. Let's just say you're putting lotion on at night before bed, you might want to use lavender, and if it's early in the day and you want like to kind of be, you know, not as relaxed, you can use something else such as geranium, and I'll show you a couple others. Okay, we're moving on to oils that beautify and nourish. So top pick, which I know a lot of you guys probably know already, is frankincense, which is the king of essential oils. It's a spiritual oil or holy oil, and I can't tell you how important this would be in your skincare routine and how effective this is. So it's an anti-inflammatory. I have to mention it's an anti-cancer. So anybody that's had cancer or is trying to boost their immune system, you'll have to have this in your house. I think if you've done any research at all on your immune system, you'll want to use this product. It's restorative, and it's basically for all skin issues. Obviously, I mentioned cancer and tumors, but wound healing and wrinkles, scars and stretch marks and warts. You can put this on any wart on your body and mix it with oregano. That's a great way to get rid of that kind of something like that on your skin. So this one is one of my favorites. I would say hands down, if I had to pick, it would be frankincense and lavender, probably my two favorites. Another one that I really love is sandalwood. So it comes in a smaller bottle. Here you go, sandalwood. And I saw that Amy said she uses frankincense every day. I think we're all feeling that way. I basically put it on my head, like right here every night, all along here, because I don't want to get, you know, fillers or anything, and hopefully it'll just like lift us up a little bit. So sandalwood. Hi there, I'm sorry, I got a phone call that wasn't supposed to come through. Are you still there? I hope you guys can hear me. Tell me if you're here, because I just got a call, I don't know why. Okay, so sandalwood is anti-inflammatory, anti-carcinoma. It's an astringent, it's calming for skin. Do you put it directly on your skin? Are you referring to frankincense, Cheryl? I guess, okay. Yeah, you can put it directly on your skin, but I dilute mine. I'm going to tell you what I use actually now. I'll tell you right after this. So it's calming for your skin. It's great for dry skin and your scalp. You can add it to shampoo. You can use it on scars and blemishes, for wound care, skin infections, and for many different other things. So it's a great one. You can put in your lotion. Okay, so this one I love. All right, before I go further, I just want to mention we have a product that doTERRA came out with. It's called Immortelle, and it contains in there, it's an anti-aging blend. I love it. I love it. It's pretty much for everything skin. Okay, it's for any wrinkles, scars, stretch marks, skin imperfections, age spots, anything you could think of, any imperfection in the skin, you would use it. So this has frankincense in it. It also has sandalwood, lavender, myrrh, which I'll explain, I can never say this, helichrysum, and rose flower oil. So it's got all the major oils that you'll want to have. So if you have to do like an all-around product and you can't get all these oils right now, buy this, because this is amazing. I use this every single day. And I also use it on stretch marks. So if you have had a baby and you have your stomach is not the way you want it to look, put it right on your abdomen. You can start to see your skin is going to start to look a lot better. So if anyone has questions on that, I'll tell you what else I do with that. Another oil that I use, and we're getting close to the end, is called myrrh. And myrrh is right here. It's anti-inflammatory, anti-infectious, antifungal. It's great for gum issues. So if you have anything going on with your gums, you can put it in your mouth. Fine lines, eczema, and wounds. So the last but not least oil that actually is two more that I want to mention. Oh, three more. I'm going to start speeding up. Did I mention helichrysum? Helichrysum, excuse me. This is a great oil. And this one I use as an analgesic. It's a vasoconstrictor, so it's great for wrinkles, stretch marks, scars, wounds, nosebleeds, psoriasis, and any kind of skin issue. So you can apply it with lavender. It also helps with earaches. It's a great oil to have. It's an expensive oil, but it's worth it. You don't need a lot of it, but it's a great one to have in your skincare regimen. The last two quickly, cypress, which I know a lot of people use for bone issues and things like that, but it's antibacterial, antiseptic, it's a vasoconstrictor, it's great for cellulite, so you can apply this topically on your body for cellulite. You can also use grapefruit oil for that, and it's good for any kind of swelling. And lastly is peppermint, which I know is a very basic oil. We all use it for so many different things. So again, these are things just for skin, but they're used for so many other things. It's anti-inflammatory, it's a vasoconstrictor, it's a cooling oil. It helps with allergies and hives. So I get hives from time to time. Like I told you, I'm real sensitive. So this is a real important oil to have if you have anyone in your house suffering from allergies or hives. Those are my basic oils that I recommend to having your skin care routine. But what I was going to do, does anyone have any questions on any of these oils? Okay. It sounds like a lot of information, but what I started to do is I basically started getting rid of the things in my cabinets that I knew were not good for us, and I started replacing them. So these are some basic oils, and the blends are great because they contain all of the main oils that you want in one bottle. You don't have to go out and buy all the other ones if you don't want to. But there's another thing that I've been using a lot, and this is a product called Correct-X, and that we sell. And it replaces like a Neosporin, but it has so many other uses, so I'm crazy for this product. It has in it frankincense, cedarwood, melaleuca, lavender, helichrysum, and you can use it for dark circles under your eyes. You can use it as an eye cream. You can use it as a lip gloss or a lip plumper. You can use it for any burn, skin issue, if you get a cut. So I have these in all my bags in the house. I have it in every purse, and I have it in the bathroom. Really comes in handy and very convenient, obviously. So basically, you can look at if you're using a facial toner, if you're using a moisturizer. I'm going to be posting some recipes because it's past 8:30 and I didn't want to keep you guys that long. But I have recipes for exfoliators for your face. I have hydrating sprays, I have body washes, acne treatments. So I'm going to post this after we get off tonight. And if you have specific issues that you want me to give you a recipe for, I'll put it on here. And you're going to start to see that you can get rid of pretty much 90% of the stuff that you have in your cabinet. And you can either make it or buy it. And it'll be, you'll just have less toxic chemicals in your home. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else that I wanted to share with you tonight. But basically, think about, what your top picks for your skin are, and then go from there. And I would say frankincense would be your top pick, and lavender. And you want to have a good quality coconut oil in your home. So when I say fractionated, that means it's in a liquid state. So you want to have fractionated coconut oil in your home. doTERRA makes a great one. I have that too, so I'm just kind of trying to use this one up. And I've been doing different things, like I make my own lip gloss, because after that incident in the mall, I didn't want to put these things on my face anymore. So this is just, if you look closely, well, I had a finger in it, but what kind of lotion do you use for moisturizer? I've been using, actually, I'll show you. I brought it down. I forgot to show you. I love the company so much. I've been buying all the products. It's called an anti-aging moisturizer. They have a great line called the Virage line, and they have an anti-aging line. So I just bought this one because it had lavender, jasmine, geranium, and frankincense in it. I love the feeling of it. Honestly, I can't use anything else now. that's how much I love this. I just feel like it's light, but it smells nice, and it goes nicely on my skin. I use it morning and night. And as far as, and I add the Immortelle every day. I mentioned that. So that's pretty much the morning. And then at night I do the same thing. So like I said, I make my own lip glosses. This has beeswax and coconut oil in it. I could give you the recipe. And I put an essential oil in it, so there's peppermint in here. The deodorant, I use the natural brands as well. And then for my moisturizer on my body, I either use the hard coconut oil, I don't know if I'm using the right word, the paste, or I use this one, which is the hand and body lotion. And you can pretty much use anything you want. Just make sure it doesn't have anything else in it. That's the key. And as for perfumes, I wanted to mention, ever since I switched over to using the essential oils, I cannot stand the smell of like over-the-counter perfumes that I used to buy, and I just can't. They just smell terrible to me now. So I've been using. doTERRA has different blends, and they're used for like different reasons. So they're used for like an aromatherapy and to affect your emotional state, but they have all different ones. So you can also use them as a perfume. So there's Peace, that's one of my favorites. Another one is called Hope. They have in here like vanilla and frankincense and all the oils that I like. Another one I like is called Forgive. That's a great one as well. And this one kind of grew on me. I wasn't crazy for it in the beginning. It was called Claricom. And it's got like, it's a women's monthly blend. It's for cramps and hormonal disturbances and that kind of thing. But I grew to like it as a perfume as well. So I'm trying to see if anybody else has any questions. And I think that we pretty much covered everything. I hope I didn't bombard you too much. What I did want to mention, one last thing. If you are looking for an oil for your skin to put on as a moisturizer or actually a cleanser, because there's something called like oil cleansing that you could do on your face, you want to use certain oils for certain skin types you might have. So if you have like acne prone skin, you want to use a carrier oil such as grapeseed, jojoba, and sweet almond oil. And if you have like regular skin and you're not dealing with any acne issues, you can use coconut oil. Some people like olive oil, sunflower oil, vitamin E oil. That's up to you. I'm fine with coconut oil. I haven't had a problem yet. And as for any body washes and things like that, if you're using, I use Dr. Bronner's cast iron soap, and I put essential oils in there. So you could do that for body wash and get the, if you have a baby or anything, or children using Johnson & Johnson, throw it in the garbage. I mean, it's the worst. There's another soap that I use. I think it's better. I'm not sure if it's 100% of what I'm looking for, but it's the Everyone soap I've been using also. So try to find some natural alternatives, and you'll start moving in another direction, and you'll start to know what all the oils do, so it's not as overwhelming as it is in the beginning. Okay, so I'm going to end it here. I try not to go too far over, and I want to thank you all for your time. And if you want to get started using essential oils and you're not sure where to start, just shoot me a message on here. You can message me privately, and I'm going to send you some information. You're welcome to go onto the website and check it out. But I could definitely help you get started with which ones would be best for you. And if you have anyone that you know that would benefit from this, just share this video with them and let them know that you're thinking about them. And also let me know if there's topics that you would like me to cover, and I'd be happy to go over that. I mean, it's a whole new world for a lot of people, and you can basically really improve your health with the help of these amazing gifts from nature, is what I think of them. So I want to thank you all for coming on tonight. And Cheryl, when you get your kit, let me know, because we're going to have a lot to talk about. All right, have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.